let's talk about the T4 nowadays. T4 is bits clear, and in order to clear the bits, you first have to get there. If you saw my video about T3 dervish, you know already the pathing at start. But yeah, you want to go to the top of the hill, and for that you have two solutions. The first solution is to have an ally, or if you have toolbox, you can use a mini pet, and you can place it here and HOS up. Since you are a nice guy, you can always bring the grasping, so the dervishes or any other class that only have one death charge can also go up. And then you run. If you have no ally, you can always run all around and discharge. When you train alone, you can also do that basically. That's exactly what I do here. You discharge the rangers here and just go live your life. You can always pull stuff, of course, for other people. And the first small little extra jump you can do is targeting those two rangers and HOS up the small wall here. If you don't have, run around. The second one will be just after, to go to the top hill. When you have HOS and an ally or toolbox, once again, you can place your ally or your mini pet in this dark square and pop the mini pet and go to the darker part of the wall. I don't know, that's how I remember that spot. If you don't have HOS, you can always run and discharge directly, so the ranger in the top and still get to the top. There is another little gem that is common to T3 and T4, because you kind of go to the same place. It's this little one. You can always pop a mini pet or ask your ally to go there, and HOS on the corner of the wall. And as T4, the next part of your job is to go to pits. You can first discharge the corner soul guy here in order to go there, and then it's just a run. I forgot to put the HOS that is going here, but hey, you don't have HOS as dervish, so who cares? Anyway, you go top by discharging this thing, so you avoid running all around and going to the bridge. This is a very good discharge to have, and then you're gonna do your job. So your job is to clear this area, skeleton, necros, everything. And in order to do that, the first thing you have to do is spike the melee range that comes when you do that pull. The pull you do is a right wall glitch. You put a wall in your right in order to stack the enemies in front of you. Even the glitched one will join you. It's gonna be a lot of time used in the run because you have those necros that refuse to ball. You still have one guy in the bottom, but I'm gonna kill him later. So, after doing the bottom pull, you're gonna have to go to the top. You aggro everything, and you use that wall, this time, in order to ball the glitched collector. But here, I kind of failed. You can see in the back there is this guy chilling, doing nothing, while I spike the front people, and that's kind of shitty, because, you know, you could have spiked it. And I realized after also I have this other guy that is in the side, and that's bad. Well, that's bad. It's just slower. You can always sort of try hard the ball, that's another run. So basically I see this guy that was chilling in the previous run, and this time I try to slow tap along the wall until he balls. And then only I'm gonna spike. So you can always take time to make a clean ball, so you don't have like a beast minion master running around popping beast all the time. The problem is when you kill the minion master, their previous creator become without a master, and the enemies you have are also their enemies, so when they gonna spell them, they gonna also spell you, so you have to be careful to not die from that. After you did the first big ball, you do those ones that are the closest from where you come from. You kill all of them, which means after killing those, you only have few stuff left. You have one guy here, one, two, three guys in the back, these collectors that refuse to bowl, and the two elementalists. You can also have 3 of them if the glitch one didn't bowl. So my strat to reroll that is to go on the skeleton head here. I just go here, it rebowls the 2 that were a bit far, and then I go to the other side to reroll the elementalist. I got stuck. I reroll the elementalist in the 2 necromancer, and I kind of failed doing that, but it's not that bad because I'm a dervish, so all I have to do is reroll the rest. As long as I've got multiple targets, I'm happy. So the final reroll, I reroll one last time those 3 guys, and I spike those. So after you clean the 4 leftovers here, you're gonna be done with popping the Reaper without killing it. It's not that hard, doesn't really require any trains. The main trap being the beast becoming your enemy. So you can show happiness by dancing, obviously. And then you're gonna finish the clear. Right here, if you die, it's not a problem. Main team is gonna teleport and clear whatever you left. But if you can do it yourself, it's way better, time win later. So, first, these guys that you skipped earlier. So, the group that is spawning here never gonna follow you in top. So, it's composed with 4 enemies, including some melee range sometime, but in some runs you're just gonna have like 4 range, you're just skipping it. Basically what you do is, when you enter pits, like this part of pits, you just check the enemies you are gonna face. If there is a warrior, not a warrior, a necro melee range, you're just gonna spike on the first spot I showed. But if there is none, you just skip and do it later. Then you're gonna have to do the skeleton. There is 2 groups of skeleton, one guy chilling around all alone that never gonna gather all of the skeleton together, and the last ones that are gonna be bowled together. And here you can see I did a small mistake, so I had to piston my shrouds that I lost. I'm gonna explain a bit more later about that. So for now, let's bow pull the skeleton, and whenever they are sort of bowled, you jump in and spike. 2 skeletons are never gonna be a problem if they are bowled. If they are not bowled, just run and do it again. If there is 3 skeletons, it's the same idea, but a bit harder. But what you have to pay attention to is this little guy in the back. When you spike the skeleton, this asshole can disenchant you. I didn't show you, but look at the animation. That's when I lost Shroud. So this time I was aware, so I recasted it. I did it on purpose, but I didn't expect the thing to still be in range and disenchant me another time. So this time again, I had to piston to not die. As you can see, the animation is starting and I lost my fresh Shroud, and in order to not die, I had to piston. It's not a must, of course, just pay attention, don't be dumb like me. And after you clean the skeleton, your next task is to make the back way cleaner and to clean another group that can aggro the spawning ally soul during the quest. So this group in the top sometimes can spawn really close to the wall, like in this run. In this run, I'm gonna check the group and I'm gonna say, that's too close, it might aggro the soul later, so I'm gonna just clean it. So you just do it. This run I left one necromancer melee alive because I spiked it later. And after you spiked the top group, you're gonna spike this patrol that is running toward the backside, because that's where the main team is gonna be to do the quest. So in order to win them like 5 seconds later, you can always spike those. So you clean the top, you clean the back, so the back is safe for the main team. You clean the middle out of the skeleton, so it's also safe for the guy that is gonna do the quest, and you pop the Reaper. you are basically done and waiting for the main team. The last part of your job is the quest. So, for the quest there is only one thing to learn, the hiding spot. When you have skeleton hitting you, you can always hide in this spot, using the wall to protect you. But there is a drawback. You can't go too deep into the spot because of, how to say that, unballing angle. Look at this elementalist that came to me, casted something, and look at him. He's unballing. Okay, fine. That can happen. But what can happen too is when I go too deep inside the spot, like I just did right here, this little step will make the guy unball the same way the elementalist did, except the angle in which he's gonna run to the side is different. You see, the elementalist is a bit more in the left, which is way safer than the collector that is in the right, because the collector would have aggro the soul if they were spawning just right now. So the angle in which enemies unball depend how deep you are in the spot, so don't go too deep. So, to sum up, you just come, you aggro whatever that is here, and you go hide in the safe spot. While you're hiding in the safe spot, all you have to do is wait. The main team is gonna clear your quest stuff after. So, just AFK, basically not dying. You can spike the white guys that came, see the elementalist unballing. If this one unballed the same way as the collector I showed you, it would have been failed because it would have aggroed the souls that are currently spawning. So, always pay attention to that. Since I had no main team, I took care of the spiking part alone. It's dangerous if you have skeletons, but also not that much. Right here, I was a bit scared because look at that, I had the hex on me, and I took a lot of degen, so I had not a lot of regen. Look at that, I was at 100 life, the skeleton could have killed me. So since the goal of the split is to be safe, and waiting the main team to do the quest, just don't be like impatient. Wait the main team to be ready with being done with the backside, wait the last spawn of the raider, and it's gonna be GG. Good luck.